Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Why not Scotch?
I mean, it's a auburn
Why
color,
not?
but
Listen, YouTube, it's not Scotch. It's cranberry juice. He has a UTI. Okay.
I love cranberry juice too. But no, this is Arizona raspberry iced tea. Delicious. I prefer peach.
It's the new Mountain Dew flavor, Arizona raspberry iced tea.
Man, imagine
You're never gonna
Mountain
outrun that
Dew
one.
mixes
And
with
hot
Arizona.
pink.
That would be. I would try it.
Ugh.
I'm not gonna try the Baja
No.
pie though. I'm not trying that. That
No, I can't handle
that's a
that.
catastrophe. But
Imagine what that'll do to your pancreas.
some of the food that was served in this film is questionable too, especially at the Last Supper. And for all,
What film is
well,
that?
first off, happy Thanksgiving, all you Xenomaniacs out there listening, watching,
Yeah.
because this episode is airing on Thanksgiving, ironically.
Argue with your drunk uncle. Get the cranberry sauce. It's time. It's time for some good family fun.
This is in between your football watch, so that's fine.
The best holiday.
It's the best holiday for
It's
food.
the nappiest. Yeah, nappiest holiday.
I mean, yeah, think about it. It has everything that a good holiday should have.
Food, football,
Rest
Lots and lots of food, football, and a nap.
and Survivor
Yeah.
Series.
State
And one
It's-
family member chosen as the sacrifice to run and prepare everything,
This
unfortunately.
isn't Festivus. Sorry, wrong holiday.
it's it's state sponsored gluttony.
Yeah, but we accept it.
And you can't go wrong there. Mom's not going to tell you can't eat an 8th helping of mashed potatoes.
I don't think my mom ever would have told me that, to be honest.
Bring me the green bean casserole, cornbread casserole,
Oh, that's it.
the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows. Oh,
Mhm.
I expect that every
I
year.
don't like candied yams. I never eat the candied yams. Yeah, I'm a
Not-
weirdo. I don't like sweet on my plate on Thanksgiving. I don't do cranberry sauce either. Give me gravy instead.
Oh,
No, I don't do cranberry
Jada-
sauce either. Gravy and stuffing.
Jada does a cranberry sauce.
Some she demon in my house just screamed blasphemy across the room.
She's like, I'm making cranberry sauce this year.
She likes the sweet. When my wife was pregnant with our first spawn, she sat down in the morning at like 9 in the morning with all the leftovers. And she loaded a plate that was like this big, this high. And the thing about it that freaked me out was that she didn't heat it up. She just sat there and fed on it for like 45 minutes.
You know what? That reminds me of a classic film called Bring Her Back.
That's okay.
Like, just the
It
shoveling,
doesn't remind me anything of
the
Bring It
shoveling
Back.
of the food. It's like at the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a lot of shoveling in this film, and we are talking about Thanksgiving, ladies and gentlemen. Eli Roth.
No shoveling.
Well,
No shoveling, but I like the transition. Not one grave is dug in this film.
Nope. Nope.
Not
All right,
literally.
I love you, man.
No
Not
shoveling.
literally.
No shoveling in
No,
Thanksgiving.
but
This movie came highly recommended by you guys. Ryan's like plowing through the transition, like get to it, guys. So we're gonna do it, and he's right. They've been talking to me about this movie for a while now, and I was not excited. I don't get excited for slashers, period. I just wasn't excited. Valentine's Day, I wasn't excited for any of them. Just not my thing. I like them. When I start watching them, I like them. This was one of my favorite slashers that I've ever
I feel
seen.
like it's like the generation, well, the years, because like you and Jada are like a month apart, and she feels the same vibe. It's like that time of
Yeah.
month, December and January. You're like, I don't know about slasher films here.
What are you implying?
Here's
I've noticed.
Is
that I have-
Thanksgiving a menstrual movie?
I was gonna say that I have my time of the month.
No.
I'm glad that you and
Is
your wife and I
Menzies?
are synced up, though.
Well, I've noticed that, and
Your
then she
cycles
gets
are the
into it.
same.
But I feel like this movie, the reason why this slasher works. John, you're still okay. I thought we lost you there. You froze up there for a minute.
Yeah,
No, I did freeze for a minute there. You guys
Zoomed
froze,
in.
and it was awesome. It was
great. It's
wonderful.
great for the flow and the banter.
I love when it freezes when Kearns is in the middle of like some weird face. Like
It's just
Yeah.
stuck there for a minute. He's in the labyrinth. The Matrix.
So for
Imagine waking
So
up to
for
that
his-
next that in the morning.
a split second, I thought he was having a stroke, and I wasn't frozen.
I'll be honest, I got scared the other day. I was like, I smell something burning. Jada's like, I don't. And I'm like, oh God, it's happening. I need to finish
It's
Frankenstein,
happening.
but it's happening.
You know
No,
what the trick
burn-
is for that?
Just
For those
burning
middle-aged
toast.
listeners, yeah, just burning toast. Do you know those middle-aged listeners? The trick is to, if you don't know this trick, then I guess you're just gonna die. But you stick your tongue out and do the roll.
Yes.
If you can roll your tongue, you're not having a stroke, right,
I,
doctor?
yeah.
If you can roll your tongue, you're not having a stroke.
I'm good.
I'm getting just roll your tongue, it'll make you feel better. You're right. Well, you know what's funny? This is what marriage is about. She said you're right, but there was the whole lead up like you're an idiot.
Was there a little sarcasm thrown into it?
Oh,
No.
this is
Because
fun.
when you're married, even when you're right, you're an idiot.
I mean, fair. Oh, the tongue is asymmetrical. We're getting into geometry. We're gonna
Yeah,
move
no,
on.
we're not English people. I mean, we're not math people. We're English people here.
We're
A little social
Englishy
studies and
folk.
history thrown into there.
Definitely not
Yeah.
anatomy.
Let's hit
50-50.
all right, let's hit the cast. The cast of the movie. Who are the notable names?
Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick McDreamy.
Mhm.
And that's it.
Yeah, I'm Addison Rae.
I mean, Gina Gershon's in there for
Addison,
a
that's who
minute.
that is? That's Addison Rae? The singer?
Yes.
The porn star.
Yes. All of the above.
Yeah, I was like, it's got to be one of those two things.
I'm gonna go with the singer. It's probably
It's
the
the
singer.
singer.
Because I know there's a popular one out there now, like a new Christina Aguilera-ish person. Is that Addison Rae?
I don't know.
Gets naked, oiled up, runs around singing and dancing on the stage. That's
I
the
mean,
one.
that could be just about
Yeah.
anybody.
Pretty much.
Is there a new Ariana Grande style person?
I'm so out of it with it. I mean, I just saw Judas Priest and Alice Cooper, and I'm still running on
So
that
none
train.
of us we're all too old and also not creepy enough to know about the newest pop star. So I'm proud of us,
No.
everybody. K-pop Demon Hunters is about as in tune to pop as I am. But okay, so
Yeah.
Addison Rae is in this movie apparently. Cool.
She is. She's Gabby.
Verloc. Is it Verloc?
Ooh. Mel Verloc?
Sorry, I had to mute to burp.
Verloc? Orlock? She
Nell.
Warlock,
Nell
yeah, I was gonna
Verloc.
say.
plays
Yeah.
Jessica, right? She
I
stands
got you.
out amongst. Yep. Nell Verloc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It is Addison
They're-
Rae.
full circle.
Rick Hoffman. Gina Gershon, guys, we're really
Yeah,
waffling here,
I
dude.
said-
We're
I said-
missing out on
no,
all
no,
the big names.
I said Gina
He
Gershon.
did mention.
I
Gina
said her.
Gershon. He
I
did.
said her. I
Okay,
love
good.
her.
Raw
Yeah,
deal.
she's in the movie for about 14 seconds and also happens to be like one of the most pivotal pieces of the movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's also I feel like that's a rough death in the beginning, with the scalping of the hair, the crunching of the carts. I feel like
Yeah.
though seeing it hurts a lot, but the mentality of it hurts even more because it's like the people are savages on Black Friday. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been out on Black Friday. I have.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, it's a nightmare. Like it's an
Been on both
experience,
sides of
but it's a
that.
nightmare.
Yeah, no, I agree. Tim
Yeah.
Dillon kind of brings that scene to a not even a campy place. So this is why I didn't care that she died or anybody gets hurt. The way they do the arm break for Golden Boy's
Oh,
arm
that was great.
breaking
Mhm.
is hilarious. It breaks in like 16 spots when it gets stepped on or whatever. That was hilarious. And also Tim Dillon running away was as the security guard was one of the funniest things I could have been like, screw this, I get paid minimum wage. I'm out of here. Also doesn't get murdered in the movie
Nah,
because
Mhm.
he's not there.
no,
He bounces.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Oh no, he's like one of the first ones who gets murdered. Never
Second,
mind.
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, he's the second guy.
His
He's
cat,
number two.
I
his
just remembered his
cat,
head.
his cat fails to warn him. That's why you can't.
And that's when you
Mhm.
realize that the murderer is like a decent person because he feeds the cat on the way
True.
out.
Mhm.
He scores some points. right there.
Mhm.
He's like, "Oh, poor
He's
kitty."
somewhat there.
So
50-50. You know, we were talking about questions, and I actually wanted to ask you guys a question. Is this a fun slasher to watch? Like, you get a lot of slashers recently, and in recent times, I should say, and they're very dreadful. Meaning like the ambiance, the visuals. Like Hellfest, I was excited for, and it's a decent slasher, but I didn't feel like it held up to the hype. While with Thanksgiving, it's like as an audience member, you're attracted to it, you're attentive towards it.
so attractive.
Uh, I,
It's the most
I was trying to
attractive
think of
slasher.
attentive, like my mind's like running on like the Flash right now against Superman.
That's the perfect word choice. I'm just being a schmuck. Just being, you couldn't have avoided that. I'm a schmuck. No, you're right. It is very engaging movie. It's the humor carries it too. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, but it
Mhm.
is actually like a decent whodunit.
Okay.
The kills are fun. They have the right amount of gore, but they're fun. But it's not a scary movie by any stretch of the imagination, nor is it a B movie. It's kind of weird
No,
little gray area.
It's just right in that like we're gonna make a decent slasher movie, and it's little whodunity, a little fun, and a lot of things, and
So
it
you guys
works.
like the comedy in it.
Yeah,
So
Absolutely.
doesn't work
I will
without the
say
comedy.
this, not to steal John's shtick, but reading reviews for this film, a lot of people didn't like the comedy. They felt like it made the tone uneven in some spots. And I can get it where seeing it from a film perspective, where like it's like you feel dread at one moment and then it's like a comedy line. You're like, should I laugh at this scene? Should I not? Like,
Yeah, but I kind of like that. Because it sort of intensifies both. Like you get through the scary part, and then something funny happens, and it makes the laugh a little more significant, and then it goes back to something being scary, and that's a little scarier because you were just laughing your ass off.
yeah.
I like that.
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah, I guess. Like Addison Rae's scene where she's jumping on the trampoline and getting knifed in the feet was the
Mhm.
only part of the movie where I was like, "Oh, God,
Oh, do
Yeah.
you want to
cringe."
know the original scene?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You know where that knife winds up.
it's, yeah,
Little Evil Dead homage.
very much so. And it's very similar, the scene, but of course, to get it past the censors and all that, they did it like this.
Well,
Yep. Yep.
it's. I mean, I'm glad they cut it though. You don't need it. You don't for this kind of
No,
movie,
you don't need to
especially. You
do it.
don't need that level.
No, no.
Like
But
Yeah,
in a
it wouldn't have
in a
intensified
grindhouse
anything.
trailer, it works because it's
yes.
something that you would see in that type of movie, but ultimately didn't make that type of movie. So you don't
No,
need to
but they
do it.
kept some things, though, from the trailer.
This
Oh
movie
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
There's no beat. There's no missed goofy beat. It's goofy in the chase scenes. It's goofy when they're fighting and murdering. It's goofy the whole movie.
Mhm.
The comic relief characters, there's like three of them. There's McCarty and the two jocks. Both jocks are idiots.
I like them, though.
Mhm.
No, McCarty is my favorite character in the whole movie,
McCarty
man.
is
He's
the
the hero we
best.
need.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go to a McCarty
Absolutely.
party. Don't worry
Right?
about that kid. He's been here for 4 days. He's been drinking White Zinfandel.
Cardi.
And then he gives him the Beretta. I think it was some form of Beretta, some little handheld boom boom
Mhm.
machine. He gives that to him just because he's like, yeah, survive long enough to give that back for free, for the love
Mhm.
of the game. Good for you, McCarty.
Oh, hold on. Speaking
Yeah,
about
I'm
games, John, do you have a game for us
of
tonight?
course.
Do
Of
you have a
course there's
game,
a
John?
game. Of course is there ever not a game?
Oh,
Is there
fair.
ever not
I,
a game?
I, I got some insider
And
trades that's a keeper cut, man. Is that true?
it is a keeper cut, and in the sort of spirit of the holiday, we're not doing all horror.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
Are
There
these
is
Oh
a there
man,
is
Thanksgiving
a
you're
movies?
coming
theme.
out swinging.
They are Thanksgiving
It's a
movies. They are all
so that's
Thanksgiving
the theme.
movies. Yep.
Okay, so we
So
don't have to
we
guess the theme.
no, No, it was gonna
Oh man,
there
I was trying to
when
get
we
some
get towards the
points.
end, it's gonna be dead. It's gonna be dead giveaway what this theme was. It is Thanksgiving movies. So, keep or cut, son-in-law. And remember, it's gone forever if you cut it. Like it doesn't exist. You can never see it again.
Is that the Stone Cold Fox that's in Sin City?
Yes.
What's it? I did not know she was the woman in Son-in-Law. That's wild.
I think that's her.
I don't know her name. I just remember her talking to Mickey Rourke with no shirt on.
That Gina something. Oh no, Carla Gugino.
Yeah, Gugino,
Yes.
yeah.
This is a hard one to start
I
with,
know.
dude, because the 90s in me is like, keep it. Of course,
Like,
keep it. It's Pauly Shore,
Encino
brah.
Man, Biodome. I'm gonna
The
keep it. I'll
Weasel.
keep
She was the
Son-in-Law.
king of the 90s. Nobody had a more undeserved great run than Pauly Shore in the 90s. Spring Break alone was like an experience he did not deserve to have.
He lived well for
This
a
is
few
hard.
years
I'm going to
there.
cut it. I hate this.
Ooh.
Yes, he did. Peak years too, like his peak time frame to do it as well. Lucky Duck.
Yep. All right, so we have one keep and
Yeah,
one
you're
cut.
going. And there's this judge. No, it's the other attorney from my cousin Vinny back there. I can recognize that face anywhere.
Yep.
What's his name?
All
He was in
right.
Lois and Clark.
Old wrinkled white guy. Number 2.
Old wrinkled like yeah.
Did you keep it or cut it,
I
Ryan?
kept it. I like
Ryan
Son-in-Law.
kept it.
You too.
I did.
All right, movie
But I just
2.
know John's a savage.
Zach and Miri.
I'm cutting
I'm
this
gonna
one
cut it.
too.
I know.
I love this one, but it's like a forgettable movie.
Not forgettable. There's some good scenes in it, but because here's the thing: if he's a savage, John, and thinking about you being a savage, I'm not gonna waste an opportunity because if planes, trains, and automobiles are on here, I am keeping that.
That's yeah.
And that's a Thanksgiving movie,
I-
John.
I've got
It is
some
a
big
Thanksgiving
ones
movie.
in
It
mind.
is a Thanksgiving movie.
I have a lot of big ones in mind.
Oh, it's on this list.
I will tell you.
No.
I will tell
Last.
you, I would 100% keep this movie just for the Craig Robinson scene in the coffee shop, where he talks about Black Friday.
That is a good scene.
Just for that scene. But I love this movie. I love Zach and Miri. But I have that big Kevin Smith soft spot. So, movie 3, Grumpy Old Men.
The first or the first one, right?
The
We're
first.
talking about
The first. Yeah.
First one's
this
really
is-
good. Grumpy Your Old Men is awesome
but
too.
the first one's a classic.
Oh, hold on. He put up the collection, so this is both.
Oh, are you?
You can't take that back. That's what the cover says.
All right,
It's
fine.
canon now.
Fine, both. Fine, both. Only one. I think only one of them has Thanksgiving ties. So, but yeah,
Wait, so we get
fine. If you cut this collection, both Grumpy Old Men movies are gone forever, and so are Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. You don't even get to keep that.
Oh no.
so
Not even in my
no Odd
memories.
Couple.
Nowhere.
What about their skin flakes that I have next to my
Nowhere.
bed?
Their nail
They're
clippings, they're
wiped
there.
from existence if you cut Grumpy Old Men.
I might
Nothing
keep
they
it.
ever
I
did
love
happened.
I
You know
love this
what?
movie. Oh,
Hold-
stop it. Stop it. You're hurting me
Hold
now.
on. So if I say no,
Uh.
this will be 2. If I say yes, this will be 2.
It'll be 2 also.
Oh, technically 3.
Oh, it counts as 2 films, you mean?
No, it can't.
No,
Ryan has 1 keep and 1 cut. You have 2 cuts.
I might cut this too. This is a tough one to keep.
Ooh.
I like
right,
this
gentlemen.
movie, but this is another one where I could live my life with never watching these again. So I'm going to cut it.
Ryan.
It was nice knowing you, Mr. Lemon and Mr. Matthau.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're cutting it too. Just the scene where Mathau's eating is enough to cut this movie, actually.
I'll stick to my guns.
I mean,
You're cutting it?
could get. That's a cut, Ryan.
It is a cut, yeah.
So there's 7 left, and I have to keep 5 of them.
No, you have 5 left. You have to keep 4.
Oh God, I didn't know that. I thought we were going out of
No.
10.
Nope, it's 8.
I would have
It's
kept
always
Grumpy for that.
keeper cut is all. Keeper cut. Grumpy
You
old man.
vastly overestimate the amount of information I'm able to retain these days. Let's go. Let's see.
All
What do we got?
right. Next.
Yeah,
Keep.
keep.
What are we waiting for?
It's so good.
Mickey,
This is a good sequel.
Mickey gets hyped. I like when he slaps him in the face. Now, some old bum did that. Yeah, he'll kill you. I like
love
this one
Rocky
too because they don't call Adrian retarded in this one. They actually treat her like a human being.
Yes, they do.
which is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. The reality is she's always the smarter of the two.
Yes, she's just quiet.
Oh, easily. Way smarter.
She's just quiet and awkward.
Yes.
Yep.
It's real
all right.
quick. That's such in the first film. That's such a hard scene where he's just like, yeah, the retard, and he's like, don't call her that, and it's just like,
Yeah.
You should take her to the zoo. Retards love the zoo, and then he takes her to the
I'm
zoo.
like, what are you doing, Rock? He's like, oh, you.
He's getting.
I mean, Rocky loved the zoo too. So what are we saying?
Yeah. Well, that's part of why he gets mad because he goes to the zoo.
What's
all
wrong
the
with
time.
the
He's
zoo?
like, "Willis."
There's nothing wrong with the zoo, Rock.
This movie is one of the only sequels that's ever like more than lived up to the hype. But the first Rocky movie is a masterpiece.
Yes.
Because it's not about winning. That's a movie about the struggle, man. Rocky
Now, I
2
would
is about
say-
the American experience, or what we wish the American experience was like.
And Rocky 3 is
I
Clubber
would
Lang.
say. Yeah,
Rocky
I would
3
say
is
this
a
about
nice
Rocky.
little break.
But I would say this about Rocky. Rocky 1 is by far the best of the movies, but they get more enjoyable up until the end of Rocky 4.
Yes. Yes, I agree with that.
Then everything after Rocky 4 is a rough watch.
You didn't
Agreed.
like Balboa?
No, not particularly.
Balboa's got that
I mean,
good
it was-
speech. But the
Yeah.
fact that they have him fight Tarver in it, like, ugh,
Okay.
who cares?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I
better.
did.
It's better than fighting Tommy Morrison, but Tommy
Oh
the
God,
Duke.
yeah, no, that's a
That was dumb.
yeah,
Mhm.
that was rough.
Even Rocky 5 was kind of like, nobody liked it. It was the end of a franchise. It was a terrible end to a franchise because they should have stopped after 4.
Yeah.
And 3 had its place in that 4-movie series too. Like 3 was good for what 3 was, where he loses and he gets knocked
Yeah.
off his podium and
Yeah.
stuff. It needed to be there. That beat. It was
Yep.
just cartoonish.
3's
Well, yeah.
that's the robot, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
3's the robot.
Three,
Oh, wait,
three's
4's
the
the
Is it
robot.
4 or 3?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah, four's the
like, yeah.
3.
four's the
Is it-
robot. Three's Clubber
4's the-
Lang and Thunderlips. Like the two big opponents
Yes, okay.
are cartoonish. So
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
and the two main antagonists
When
are
he's hitting on
cartoonish.
Adrian.
Like, yeah.
Come over here and see a
Yeah.
real man,
What'd you
Adrian.
say?
And then
I'ma
like they
bust
play
you
his
up.
music video, like, "Get your mama right." Love Mr. T.
Pitted the fool.
Yeah.
All right, so definitely a keep. Easiest keep you've ever had is Rocky 2.
Well, we'll see. They might get easier, which could be unfortunate. Next one. The Big Chill.
I've never seen it, so I'm gonna cut it.
Ooh.
Is it a comedy?
Listen,
Look at young Jeff Goldblum.
it's a little bit comedy. It's more drama. I love this movie. It's complex. Or
William
it's,
Hurt with the porn mustache there.
I'm writing it down.
I believe so.
This one's kind of like
Yeah.
not the Brothers McMullen. What's the other stupid movie with Sarah Jessica Parker in it? Family Stone or
Okay.
something. It's got
Yeah.
that's like that kind of vibe, Ryan.
Alright.
It's like a serious movie
Oh, that's a good
with some laughs.
film too. All right, I'll check it out.
I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna keep the rest blindly and cut this. The Big Chill is like the dessert you don't want to have on Thanksgiving.
Wait, so how many movies are left?
I think
But it's still good. You know?
there
Pecan
are
pie.
3 left.
So I gotta keep
You can keep you
two.
keep 2 and cut 1 and Kearns is keeping everything that's left, which may or may
I
not be
hope
good.
Thanksgiving's on here.
Probably not going to be good.
Next.
Oh,
Yes. I'm so happy right now with my 2. You have no idea. Rocky 2, It's Scent of a Woman. Ryan, when you were working with me, how many times would I go into his stupid speech? Oh, bunch of bad bums. That's what I say.
you know what? This will be my third pick,
Why would
but
you-
I'm gonna put Scent of a Woman on here. I love that movie.
You
You're
have to.
keeping
Yeah.
it?
You have to.
I'll be real.
What foolish fool would ever cut
I
Scent of a
watched this with
Woman?
my father-in-law. It was just him and I, and
Well,
first time watching it was with him. Amazing film. And that
Aw.
Thanksgiving scene, whew,
I would say the person who would cut this might have had to have been the person who kept son-in-law to start.
I love son-in-law.
He had
Yeah,
no idea you were switching gears like this, though.
because you are about to get hammered. One of these next 2 movies is going to get cut, and I'm going to destroy you either way.
Oh, so I get lucky? I made the right choice?
Well, yeah, you lucked out here because here's
Oh,
movie number
yay.
7.
Yeah, I got to keep this. I'm happy with that.
So, on fairness, I didn't grow up with this. I grew up with the Christmas one. So,
Oh boy. They have Thanksgiving dinner on a ping pong table, man.
hey, listen,
Look at
Very
what their
nuts.
look at what their Thanksgiving dinner is. It's toast and popcorn and some pie and some jelly beans. Like, come on, man. You're cutting Charlie Brown Thanksgiving?
I mean, if Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is next, then yes. Yes. If not, then
Oh,
I'll
I
take
hope it's
not
not
be.
Don't.
just for this.
But
Don't
it
you
might
start,
not
Kearns.
be.
If it's not, then
I mean, there
Thanksgiving.
is
it might
there
be
is the
Porky's, I don't know.
aforementioned Thanksgiving. There is the aforementioned Thanksgiving out there. There's a few others that
Feeling
might
pretty
make
good
you
about
regret this
my
decision.
odds here.
So are we
Let's
keeping
see.
or cutting
This one,
Charlie
this one's
Brown?
a good keep.
Ryan?
Oh, Kearns is keeping?
I have to.
Kearns is
I have to
keeping
keep
it.
this and the
Oh,
next
sure.
one.
Are you
I
a
made my pick,
communist or
Ryan,
are
and I'm
you a
laying it,
loyal
and it's warm.
American, Ryan? Are you a
I'm a loyal
patriot?
American. Well, of
Okay,
course
so
I'm
you're
a
keeping
patriot.
Charlie Brown? So you're
What?
keeping
No, I'm
Charlie
cutting it.
Brown.
No, I'm cutting it.
You are not a patriot. You are not a patriot, sir. You have sold out every value that makes this country great. An improvised Thanksgiving by a
Fine.
bunch of children, a bird, and a dog. And you've cut
That
it.
bird is Woodstock. Woodstock, Snoopy. They have names, John.
Yeah. They do. Charlie Brown,
I
Linus,
wonder how many
Lucy,
living people
Sally,
know. Oh, John knows them. You just awakened the
Violet,
Kraken, Ryan. Trying to quiz him
Pigpen,
on this.
Schroeder, Peppermint
I was
Patty,
waiting for Pigpen.
Marcy.
Yep.
I said Pigpen, right? I
Marcy.
said Schroeder too.
Yeah, you said Pigpen. Yeah, you said
Oh,
Schroeder.
you said them all. I think
So-
you're in good shape.
so-
You'd missed the middle names and the parents.
Yeah. I think I might. Franklin. One of these
What's the
days I
last
have
movie,
to
John?
find the dubbed. Here's the last movie. Ryan saved himself a little bit.
Yeah, that Ryan did
Can I-
well. You still didn't
He's
win
still-
though.
No, you know
He's
what?
still a communist.
Here's the thing.
He still cut Charlie
He's a
Brown.
socialist.
Here's the
He's
thing.
the friendlier
He's-
communist.
No.
watched this movie.
Socialism is fine. There is nothing fine about cutting Charlie Brown, Ryan.
Listen,
For son-in-law.
What did those parentless children ever do to you?
they're not parentless. They have parents. Maybe not Pigpen, but like they all have
Do
parents.
you ever see them? Have you
hear
ever
them.
seen Charlie Brown's
The
mom and dad?
brah, brah, brah,
No.
brah. The
Yeah.
squawking.
You hear a noise that's meant to signify them. You don't know that that's not delusion. That these aren't
It's
just
them
poor
calling down from
poor,
heaven.
poor orphan children
Jesus
who are
Christ.
imagining all they can remember of their parents' voices, and all they remember is a horn sound.
Ryan, there should be an award for you for this week. You're dealing with so many shenanigans this week. I love it.
Oh,
The editing is going to be amazing.
Listen,
Just wait. I have one. I have one for him in my top 5 too.
Oh no.
I'm happy with my list, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I'm happy because I watch it every Thanksgiving. It's a tradition. It just, if I'm gonna say this, if no one's ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles who watches our podcast, please watch it this Thanksgiving. It's
Someone like
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean,
if we talk about it all the time and if you haven't watched it yet, kind of like Ryan did with Pan's Labyrinth, it makes you a bad person. You have to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
John let me.
yeah.
Have you seen
John
it?
let me Pan's Labyrinth. Jada and I are watching it this weekend.
Yes. So we could stop cutting you up about it.
Yes.
And in reality, I am so excited for you.
I'm excited myself.
I'm not even worried about overhyping it, dude. You can't overhype this movie.
I don't think you can either.
Lights low, popcorn and snacks, pee in a cup. Don't leave the
Well,
screen.
it's that,
Mhm.
and then Nightmare Alley we're gonna try to watch this weekend as well. So
Cool.
by next week, I might have
One of these things is not like the
Yeah.
other.
I might have a new top 5 for Guillermo del Toro.
I hope so. I mean, that's got to be one of
I
the. Ryan will always surprise me, but I would imagine that would be everybody's number one for him.
Which one?
If you have a soul, Pan's Labyrinth.
What did I
And
say? Shape
It's just a gripping movie. We'll talk
Shape
about
of
it.
Water.
Shape of
Mhm.
Water would be my number 2.
Okay. Okay. I see.
For it,
Yeah.
as far as that beautiful, when he makes a movie beautiful, Frankenstein, if it's
You'll
in
put
that
3.
category, would be 3 out of those 3.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I agree. Okay.
Frankenstein might push Shape of Water for me.
But
Might.
then I need to add his movie Kronos to the list because I need to see that. Not sorry, we're going on a tyrant of Del Toro, but we love Del Toro. So, but I want to see
Well,
Kronos.
welcome to
his first-
Xenomania Frankenstein episode 2.
That's another father. Yeah, exactly. But Cronus would be like that whole trope or that whole obsession he has with the dad thing. So I'm
Yeah.
interested in that too because as soon as you guys mentioned that exists, I was like, I have to see that now.
Ooh,
Mhm.
special
Yeah.
episode on Kronos.
What
I
a
believe I
fun
have.
game, by
Yes.
the way.
I like showing that we know a little bit besides horror.
Yeah, we know a lot besides horror. In fact, I know way more outside of horror. You guys are the horror connoisseurs. I read horror. I didn't watch it as much. Like not with fidelity like you two.
I mean,
For
horror.
years.
Well, horrors come later on. I'll be honest. Horror has come on later on, like recent horror, newer horror, like the classics. Yes, I grew up with that, but I was more into like action, like Hong Kong style, and comedies from like golden age to now. So with
Mhm.
like doing this podcast, I've opened up more, and to the ears have opened up more overall. Little backstory. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I
Become a
mean,
better person.
as soon as I had the
Dig that,
agency
man.
to choose my movies, I started choosing horror. Like 6th grade, I'd go to the town pool and not swim, but I'd sit there and read like the novelization of Night of the Living Dead and like other horror novels and just no swimming, just sitting at the town pool.
I know that
Reading.
See, that's
pool.
cool.
I know it well. I left many a turd bobbing in that pool, John. And I have to say,
That's why I didn't
thinking of
swim in it.
you,
Baby Ruth.
yeah. Were you at the snack shack? Were you at the snack place
Oh
reading
yeah.
it? Or were you over
No,
like
no, I was out by the pool. I sat in the sun.
Okay.
I definitely sat in the sun, but nah, by 6th grade I was done swimming. It was all more about just I had to be out of the house because I would be in trouble if I was in the house.
So you went and brought it to read somewhere? That's like a strange it's an oddly romantic vision right there. I like it. I like
It's
it a
probably
lot.
where I read my first Stephen King. I definitely read that Night of the Living Dead novelization more than once at the pool.
Mm,
See, that's cool though.
cool, man.
That's what brings memories though.
Mhm.
Memories like beautiful Thanksgiving dinners. Back to the movie,
Yes.
everybody. Let's
Back
talk
to
about
the
how
movie.
this movie is trying to stir up shit between social classes.
Yes.
Let's do that a little bit. So there's a big we're at this point, everybody, we're always under the impression that you've watched the film. If you haven't, it's your fault, not ours. So
It's gonna get spoiled. Go
It's
watch
2
it.
years old. You should have
we
seen it.
have yeah, big time. So we have at the end we realized it was just a big attempt at misdirection. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But throughout the movie, they're really pitting rich versus poor the whole
Mhm.
time.
And mix a
Yep.
little consumerism into how like consumerism is pretty much evil. Like it causes rage, anger, it's senseless violence, and you see that.
It's bad for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, and it's shown in the class sense, especially like in the beginning when Jessica and her friends sneak into the building. Even though her father owns the
Mhm.
store, getting into it early causes that like riot that occurs.
I mean, it I wouldn't say it necessarily causes, I think it speeds up the
Fair.
riot. And the pieces were all in place for that to happen. You had a bunch of people standing around getting angry. You didn't have enough security. You had the Black Friday nonsense, and then you added in a group of kids being in the store early.
Yeah, that's a
It's the whole recipe is there.
Hmm. I wonder what other films in the horror genre, I suppose, have some similar messaging about, I don't know, social classes, or even, since Ryan brought it up, consumerism. Does anything pop? It doesn't even have to be those, but is there anything with a glaring message that you can think
child's
of?
play
Oh, I mean,
What's that?
eh,
What's the message
and
there?
consumerism.
Is it
A
consumerism?
little
Cool. Oh yeah, I
in the
guess.
beginning when she's
mhm,
Buy your kid a toy. Let it kill him.
yeah, like
yeah.
Okay.
the fear of like consumerism is killing the kids type of deal. Like because Andy wanted a good guy doll, and she finds it in a back alley.
Mhm. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
like,
that was back in the era too. People don't remember that, where
yeah,
there was stuff like that going on like crazy, where people would go, no,
yeah.
"Tickle Me Elmo" is
Yeah,
basically what the real life version of that.
it's true.
Well, it's probably even before that because the real life version before that was Cabbage Patch Kids. I
Oh
had an
God,
uncle
yeah.
who worked in a toy store in Florida during
Really?
like, the initial Cabbage Patch craze, who was essentially doing that. Like he was like backdoor deals and stuff.
You want this doll?
Is
hundred
that like
dollars.
Wild.
you couldn't they
Goes
weren't
retail
in
60, 20 in my pocket.
yeah, they'd go like they'd get there and they'd be gone in minutes. They were the hottest thing in the world.
Remember the McFarlane
Um
sport toys? The baseball, football,
mhm.
hockey.
Yep.
People would go nuts for
Yep.
the Chase variants, and they used to hide them in the Toys R Us like top stack. And my uncle, he used to collect
Yep.
them, and he would pop one open. He'd find a Chase. He'd be like, "Those," and then he'd take it, and then he'd buy it himself. It was like hilarious. They
Mhm.
would like hide the
Mhm.
damn
So
toys. It's like crazy.
mhm. But to consumerism, I mean, the one that immediately comes to my brain is Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
Dawn
Oh
of the
yeah,
Dead
good
is a
call.
whole like I mean, and everything Romero's class warfare comes in Land of the Dead because you
yeah.
have the rich people who can afford to live in the fancy tower, and the poor people are just in like a slum right inside the fence that's keeping the zombies out. That's
Which
but he did that with everything. Every one of those zombie movies has some commentary on American life, whether it's race in night, consumerism in dawn, militarism in day, Land of the Dead and the class warfare, um, Survival of the Dead kind of has some of that, and Diary of the Dead is an indictment on the reality TV
Yep.
culture.
hmm,
Yeah.
that's like pretty neat actually how it evolved, but it continued to address
Hmm.
things in society. All right.
Hmm.
You guys overperformed on that one. Let me tell
Well,
you.
real quick, Romero was a genius, and that was his way to show what the issues were in America or the world in general.
Hmm.
Mostly America, but the world can resonate with it. He was just a genius, and
Hmm.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, like so much of the other really incredible stuff he did gets lost because of those three zombie movies, the first three zombie movies. But so many other things he did are just really, really incredible. The Crazies, Martin.
I love the
Mart-
crazies too.
Martin has to go on the list for next year just because of it's such a different vampire movie than anything you've probably ever seen.
I've seen Martin
Mm-hmm.
for
I have
reasons.
not.
Oh yeah, for reasons. Oh,
Uh,
you will. It's definitely
I'm
going on the
down.
list.
There's also a Zach Brown band song named Martin. So you got that going for you out there, Martins. All right. Let's see. What else do you guys want to bring up about this film?
Well, do you have any reviews ready? Because I know you got a 5-star ready somewhere.
Of course, I have a
Yeah,
five
let's
star.
hit some reviews, and then I got a question about physics.
5 stars. Thanksgiving is a gruesome, graphic, bloody, gory movie with so many blood and gore, just literally makes you want to throw up, and you don't know how much gore is going to be in the movie till you see like all of the kills, and you are trying to find out who is the killer until later on in the movie. By the way, I'm not reading it this fast for any reason except that there is no punctuation. Until later on in the movie, you find out who the killer is, and you're like, what? And you find out what caused the person to become the killer in the first place. 5 stars.
Okay. Well, the best part is that the audio
Yeah.
lagged, and then it went even faster than when you were reading it initially anyway. So it went triple speed. So it's like, I hope that that resolves as these 3 audio streams come together after recording. We'll find out,
Usually they
kids.
do.
Yeah. I mean, it would be
Like a
actually
glowing
kind of work if
5-star
it didn't,
review.
too.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
liked
I have
it.
3 really short 1 stars. 1, it had so much potential, but dropped the ball. Whole review. Next
Hold
review.
on, was this a 3-star?
Scream. That 1
I mean, I
star.
could see where people would say that.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine if you're somebody who
I don't
holds up
agree with it, but I could see where they would go that way.
those grindhouse trailers as like the gospel, like this is what this movie was supposed to be, you're gonna be disappointed because he didn't make a grindhouse movie.
It was very 70s, 80s homage, but it
Mhm.
had that modern vibe so it could be mainstream. And it works.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It
yeah.
brings all audiences together, in my opinion. You know?
Next one, Scream holiday version. Sigh. TikTok brains probably love it.
That's it.
Original are dead rip, which I don't know what that means. Original are dead rip. And then the
Original
last
are
1
dead.
star I have, and then I have a half star for you. I kind of feel like this
originals
is
are dead. Rest in peace, originals. I'm
Okay.
guessing.
yeah, probably.
Okay.
Original are dead. Yeah. It's hard without punctuation.
Yeah.
People don't like to use punctuation very much.
Hey,
It
what you got to
confuses
do?
them.
What you got to do is get in the mind of the illiterates. Got to get in their heads. You got to get some Cheez-Its in your brain a little bit. Rattle it around.
Yeah.
Takis.
Yeah.
Takis. Takis. The new Cheez-Its. Spicy Cheez-Its.
Our last 1 star. I kind of feel like this has been done before, and the twist isn't very surprising. A lot of nastiness.
I mean, what
It's
are
a
you
slasher. What do you expect?
expecting when? Yeah.
It's not a happy movie.
Oh, it can be at
No.
the end most of the time. Friday 13th
Yeah,
and
but
accept.
I don't think we get to happy end in Thanksgiving either. You get to the My Bloody Valentine end.
Which
Yeah. Which is so dumb, by the way. They shouldn't have done
Oh,
that. The
well, they're
nightmare.
thinking about doing a sequel. It's in pre-production, and
Well-
I've been thinking about it all day. Is how can you do a sequel? Like, can you do like? I don't want to spoil anything because we gotta get to the end of it. But there's 2 avenues I'm thinking you can go with it, and one is better because it's original, while the other is a carbon copy of something we've seen already. But I want to hear what you had to say.
Well, I mean, not even to the end with the nightmare necessarily, but just the end after the explosion and they they come out and there's no trace of a body, and then a guy in full fireman's gear with the mask comes out and he's the right height, and you're like, all right, they're like, that's the My Bloody Valentine ending. That's the he clearly lived,
Neon
but
the
we're not going to show
professionals.
you that it was him. Yeah. Yeah. So it's
Yeah, it's like, oh,
yeah.
completely incinerated, nothing but ashes.
Yeah.
We can't even find the
Except for
body.
the guy that just walked behind you. Wait, that's him.
Yeah,
But
exactly. All right.
And then our half star. 2 hours of my life that I won't get back. Some funny parts in the sense that it's
Guys,
so
not
cheesy, it's
serious.
funny. One of the least scary slasher movies I've ever seen. The plot was not a surprise.
That I would agree
and
with.
and the special effects for the gore sucked. Which I didn't think they sucked. I
What?
think they were
No,
fine.
that was pretty good. Special effects are pretty good.
Practical.
They used like rolled sausage for the intestines, which is pretty funny. But
Mhm.
the special effects were pretty good. I mean, they start
Yeah,
out with
and-
that freezer scene where he
Yeah.
dunks her in the water. That's cool.
Mhm. I love that scene. Like that's
That was good.
one of my
And she's fine,
favorite.
by the way. She's like,
Yeah.
can't use her phone because she's got blood all over her hands. And then she walks
Uh-huh.
out. She's like, I'll just get my purse and head on home.
And then
Faces on the door.
it was so good with the dumpster scene when it just crunch. It's just it's in there.
That was one of
Yeah.
my favorites of the whole movie, to be honest with you. They started
Mhm.
with a bang with that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
That whole sequence, because she's so unlikable too. And the fact that the people
Yeah.
they have Boston accents, I just love watching them die. I love it because they're so funny. The way they yell and they're so angry through the whole movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah. I have a question for you guys. Who do you think is most at
Okay.
fault for that riot? Who do you blame the
Oh,
most?
The father, the owner of the franchise. Let them eat cake and all that.
No, I'm gonna blame Jessica because she shouldn't have brought her friends in so early. Because here's the thing, you know how your friends are gonna be. They're like, okay, we're gonna be good. Bull, you're not gonna be good. You're still gonna be twits. We've all had that moment, and guess what? They were twits, and they ignited it further. So she, she's a secondary antagonist. She was a protagonist and an antagonist at the same time. She could have avoided it. They should,
Interesting, but it's the dad. It's definitely her dad for the greed. He's greedy.
I mean,
he
they
has
chose the most punchable faced actor ever.
It's not even Black Friday. It's Thanksgiving night. It's not even midnight. It's Thanksgiving night. It's the first time he's ever done it. He got talked into doing it by his new trophy wife. And then he didn't staff it. He did 2 security guards.
He didn't think it was going to be crazy.
You can't have. Then he's a fool.
Having people work Thanksgiving is
He's-
evil, and double time
that-
isn't even close to worth it.
That in general is scummy. Opening thing. Like
The scummiest,
listen,
man. It's time with your family. Literally the most important time.
That said, when I worked in retail, I signed up to work Thanksgiving Day every time. Because I'd be out by like
you
2
probably
or
didn't
3.
want to be stuck at Thanksgiving.
I'd be
Okay,
out
then.
by like 2 or 3. I'd be home in time for dinner. I'd make double time. Like, how do you turn that down?
That's
True.
easy if you're not like a mom or dad being forced to do it, and then. We're talking about like being out for the meat and potatoes of the meal. You know?
Our poor guy Mitch, who gets called out from his Thanksgiving dinner to go and work.
Exactly. And then he ends up. We find out that his wife was cheating on him later in the film,
Mm-hmm.
and she was
Yeah.
preggers with the sheriff's baby, which is so
Yeah.
silly how they just shoehorn that in. But it's the silly
Mhm.
movie, so it's like
Sympathy.
okay.
But it also takes away any sympathy I have for the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's a dick.
Um,
I thought he
number
was going to be
one-
doing it because he hated rich people. That was weird
Mhm.
too.
Mm-hmm. No, number one, he shouldn't have brought her there anyway.
True.
What are you doing?
Agreed.
Why are you bringing the woman that you're sleeping with to see her husband while he's at work? What are you trying to accomplish there? Give him some
I think
pie?
she's gonna
That's
break
not
up with
that's
him.
not good.
The store
She
on
wasn't
Black
gonna do it
Friday. Bold
then.
move.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna do it then.
Bold
Like,
move.
I mean, they
Here's
revealed
some
that she
By the
leftovers.
way,
they revealed that she was gonna dump him, but not then. And as somebody who's been in that situation, they don't always dump the husband.
Yeah, I see. I see.
And they
Revelations.
don't
Okay.
always dump husbands. They just sort of say they will.
yeah, push along.
That happens to a lot of people in a lot of scenarios, and it goes the other way a lot too, I've noticed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Physics, gentlemen, physics.
All right.
My favorite part of this movie, I say that a lot, but one of my favorite parts of this movie was when he wraps the cable of the pickup truck, of the tow truck, I should say, around the beam.
Yeah.
And he's driving pretty much full tilt in third gear by that point, right? Second or third gear. So he's at least doing 40, 45. And then the truck just is shown stopped, as opposed to showing anything happening to her in the back of it. She would have been dead.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her brains would have been all over the place.
Yes.
So that was one example of physics. Is there another example of like physics don't work in this movie that you can think of? I can think of one more, I think. But
I mean, the hand breaking in like 500 places.
that's a good one.
Like
That's a really good
it's
one.
like that. No.
Did you notice the way they do the crowds and the camera work when the windows are breaking, but nobody's standing near the windows? They're all 4 feet back, so you can see them in the frame.
Yeah,
Take a look at
Mhm.
that when you watch it
I
again,
Yep.
or if you watch
I
it again.
noticed that.
It's really funny.
I felt like
Yeah.
in the first watch they were very close, and then watching it again, it's like
Well, she's pinned up. The first victim is pinned up against it, and then in the next scene, there's 4 feet of space around her, and she's cursing everybody out again. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny too.
yeah.
But the physics part with that was really funny.
Mm-hmm. No,
I
that's
mean,
a good
it's a fun slasher film.
good observation. Mm-hmm. It is. It
Got
is.
more questions?
Oh, I have three more very unserious questions. Ryan, what do you got?
Oof.
Rip through.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is, do you think Patrick Dempsey was a good villain? Okay, like I feel like
No.
he plays crazy.
He also didn't need to be for this movie to work, but no.
I mean,
I think
does a good
he's an
great.
adequate villain. He's not a sympathetic revenge slasher.
Okay.
I don't feel sympathy for him. He put Amanda in a bad situation. He put her in danger. Not completely unknowingly. He got into that store. He saw the chaos that was outside. And I mean, you're a trained law enforcement officer. You should be able to recognize that that situation could go really south. So he's not,
Fair.
he's not,
Southeast.
he's not sympathetic. Like he's not Pamela Voorhees.
Okay.
McCarty makes a point of saying that Ronnie James Dio brought magic to Black Sabbath. Did he?
Magic was already in Black Sabbath. He brought a different kind of magic. He brought like Far Eastern magic compared to Western
Mhm.
magic.
Mhm.
That would be like the way. It's medieval Europe versus medieval Japan. They're both metal as AF, but they're different things. You can't
like that.
compare Dio to friggin' Ozzy, man.
No.
No.
But you can't discount Ronnie James Dio being awesome.
I
No.
mean, you compare 2 albums, Mob Rules, Heaven and Hell. Dio brings
Mhm.
like a different version of Black Sabbath. It's more, I want to say, it's a little more faster pace. While Ozzy's like, especially like early, like you listen to the first
Yeah.
album, The Wizard, of course, Black Sabbath, Wasp,
Mhm.
Jack the Stripper, Fairy Wears Boots. You hear that blues. It's got that more blues style
Mhm.
and that like
Mhm.
early heavy metal. It's two different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good question.
That is a good
I actually
question.
kind of like Ronnie James Dio Black Sabbath as what they toured as later on as Heaven and Hell. Like that
Okay.
to me is a better name for Ronnie James Dio Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I can agree that Rainbow 2.0 too.
Mhm. Mhm. But like you forget how deep the Ronnie James catalog is anyway, because you go back to Elf with him.
Yep.
And even before that, when he was doing like 50s, like almost doo-wop stuff.
Yeah, he was around for a long, long time. He did something with Queensryche as well for Operation Mindcrime Part 2. He like co-sang. The first album's great. The second one, Dio definitely saved it. But he was around for a long, long time.
Listen, this goes back to movies too. When you do something as special as Operation Mindcrime, you don't do a second.
No. And that has not been made into a film, shockingly. I haven't seen a film made for it yet. And I would love for them to do that.
Been. I don't think there will be either. I don't think there would be enough demand to make it into a movie at this point. 25 years ago, maybe.
So we talked about the ending. How can they make a Thanksgiving 2? I mentioned it earlier. Now, there was two ways I think they can do this, and I want to see your guys' opinions on this. Maybe share the fans' opinions how they can do Thanksgiving 2. The common way was, Patrick Dempsey comes back. He's all burnt up. It's like Halloween 2, basically. After Halloween 2, so Halloween 4. And he's on a murderous rampage. The other way I was thinking is, what if Jessica goes insane, and it's like a split personality thing? It's different.
I mean, they could go any way they want because it's such an unserious movie.
Mm-hmm.
John was about to say something. I want to hear what John was going to say first.
I mean, I think they completely set up where a sequel is going to go by having the figure in the firefighter outfit leave, as they're saying there's no identifiable remains. They're setting it up to either be the sheriff continued or somebody, sort of like Scream, where it's somebody trying to finish his work. Or a copy,
That's where I would go with it, that it's somebody else who is pissed off at the rich people. But then there's not many people to kill because it's just the people directly involved. So they'd have to have another event and then set up a recycling of the whole plot. Then it's really contrived, and I just don't think
What if it's Ryan?
Well,
I'll throw that out there.
You
never trust Ryan.
You kept a lot of people alive at the end, too. Like, you have the dad's alive. The black guy's alive. Jess is alive. Both her love interests are still alive.
Yep.
There's definitely some people to come back for. Yeah.
You got like 6 people
definitely
alive.
Some people to come back for. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'll wrap up with it with a very serious and significant question. I think most of us know what temperature to cook a turkey to. What temperature do you cook a human being to? Like, what's the ideal internal temperature for a human?
That's a rich white lady, so there's not a lot of meat on those bones. She's going to be drinking a lot of vodka. She's not going to be having a lot of calories. A lot of leafy greens in that person. So you really got to make sure you don't dry out the meat. I've been thinking about this a lot, actually. I'm really
glad. He pumped her up with butter.
He basted her with butter.
He basted her really well.
That's to make the skin crispy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
But then she did a lot of running around and probably burned off some of the fat. So, like, she might be a little gamey. But what do you cook her to? Like, is she like a 165?
It's gonna melt.
Yeah, is she 165 degrees internal? You have to go a little higher.
White meat.
Yeah. 165.
You gotta watch out for parasites and those rich whites.
Well, that was an industrial oven, so, and that thing was juicy. The oven.
It took a while to die. I was like, she's done. She's done in 30 seconds. She's probably gonna pass out.
Oh, when she burns to a crisp, I'm like, oh man.
But I mean,
that's one of the more brutal deaths in the movie.
She looked like she was pretty tender.
After he sliced her leg,
I think I think he cooked her pretty near perfection.
I mean, the meat was pink.
I'm just curious how you do that.
That worked.
He was gonna force her husband to eat her, right?
Yeah, after, like he's all covered in puke and.
Yeah, would have been fine.
That
was actually the only thing he does in the movie that is.
Yes.
Yeah, the puking.
And it's
That was
With
a
the
great
gag
part.
on, puking through a gag is tough.
Yeah.
That's tough stuff to watch. But
well-
no, I'm with you. That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. How do
I
you
mean, compared
get the internal temperature of a white woman?
compared to how the trailer depicts that scene, it definitely goes a better way in this one. It's a different take in the trailer, but this one works out better, I feel, for the way they went. Mainstream
Yeah.
wise,
Mhm.
yeah. When you get a chance, watch the trailer and see what happens at that last supper, ladies and gentlemen.
Interesting. That's
Let's watch the
good
whole
place
movie.
for us to
Watch
wrap
the
up
whole movie.
Thanksgiving and get move into our top 5.
Amen.
Hooray. All right, guys, top 5
Ooh,
time. Thanksgiving is a good hang.
yep,
Top 5
Thanksgiving
time.
was great, and my
Absolutely good
top
hang.
5. Oh God, yeah, it's watch it. Great modern slasher. But what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for twist endings. And what a twist.
Mm.
And we're going to start off with one of
What a
my
twist.
top 5 favorite twist endings. A twist. Um we're going to start off with the first one, April Fool's Day, 1986. We've mentioned it before. Plot follows a group of college students
No,
vacationing during April Fool's Day weekend on an island estate, which is infiltrated by an unknown assailant. We did watch this year, correct? We've watched so many
we
films
did.
this year.
Yep. Yep.
We did. So,
This
uh,
was this was
blast
an early one.
blast from the past. Check out the episodes. It's good. I'll say it's good.
Be in the end.
Yeah.
It'll be in the end
It's
cards.
it's just the twist at the end where everyone's dying off and they kind of find out it was a joke. It's it's fun. It's a fun film. It's
Mhm.
unexpected,
Yeah.
especially for a first watch. Though if you are watching this, spoilers. Sorry, I should have said this. This list is gonna have spoilers. So if you haven't seen these films, please stop after
Kind
I
of
say
goes
the title.
kind of goes without saying if the title of your list is twists, you kind of got to figure and
Uh,
expect that there's going to be some twists in these.
True. Just want to make the viewers aware, and it goes for this next movie, Us, Jordan Peele. I saw
Mm.
this.
Good choice.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters, and when you're watching it, you're kind of like, huh. But the whole plot is a family's on vacation and they meet their doppelgangers. But the twist is the wife. The wife is the doppelganger that switched with the original, and there's ups and downs, and there's a lot of curves. It's an experience. I think I did like it a little better than Get Out, in my opinion. I haven't seen the third film. The third film he did, I
Nope.
forgot what it's called.
With the
Nope.
Yeah,
UFOs.
Nope.
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 Nope was actually very good.
Nope.
I
I
like
like
Nope the
Nope a
best out of
lot.
all those 3.
I do too. I did too.
I've seen clips where the spaceship goes over Steve, and then they suck up the whole crowd. I've seen that, and that's brutal. And I'm like, okay, but I haven't seen the full thing. But I have seen this film, and it's one of my favorites, and the twist is great. And is time on your side? I don't think for Denzel Washington in Fallen though. I
Ooh,
love
nice
this film.
choice.
It came in a 2-pack with Training Day, ironically. Um,
That's great.
oh, great 2-pack. But Washington plays a Philadelphia police detective who is investigating murders committed by an apparent copycat killer who turns it to be Azazel, who can transfer himself by mere touch. And he's obsessed with the song Time is on My Side by the Rolling Stones.
I like it.
All right, I was ready. That's why
I like it.
it's like silent. Oh,
No.
you're gonna like this.
No.
You're gonna like this one, The Wicker Man, the original, the original
The
Wicker Man.
original. Yeah.
Yeah, the twist
Okay.
in that.
Yeah.
I mean, police officer, visits a isolated Scottish island of Summerstyle in search of a missing girl, and as the film progresses, you learn that the girl is a part of this cult and he is a sacrifice. It's a great twist ending, great psychological thriller, great British cinema, and there's not a lot to say, but this one, you guys are. I'm curious to see what you guys think, but my number one goes to Shutter Island. It's a
That's a safe bet.
It's a
Yeah.
psychological
Yeah.
horror. I was like,
One of the best rewatches.
I've only seen it
Mm-hmm.
once, and it made a lasting impression to like remember the entire film, and just the ending still gets me. Where it's just like, man, like you're just stuck in this world, and it's like you're trying to break free, and he is, and he's just, it's a repeat over repeat over repeat, and it's just, it's rough, but great movie.
Yeah.
Balance. Great,
Yep.
great film. I love the scene when Buffalo Bill says, "The question is, can your violence conquer my violence?" It's
Yep.
one of the best lines
Mm-hmm.
I've ever
I
heard
love
in a
that.
movie, actually.
Yep. Yep.
And it's Scorsese too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good movie.
John, top five.
All right. So my top 5 is kind of predictable. It's also surprising that there's not a lot more movies that could qualify for this. There's some I left off because I haven't seen them, but I went top 5 Thanksgiving movies. Thanksgiving horror
Okay.
movies. We already did
Hmm.
we did all the keeper cut ones.
Ooh.
So these are just going to be, well, not even just, but mostly horror and horror adjacent. So at number 5, we get the previously threatened Thanksgiving. So in
Nice.
Thanksgiving, a killer turkey wipes out a bunch of college students over Thanksgiving break. Those left have to break a curse to defeat Turkey. Thanksgiving stars Wanda Lust, who's probably best known for her roles in MILF Does a Body Good and MILF Shakes.
B movies or porns, people? You decide.
There's so many one-liners
that would
in
be
this
a good-
film.
That would be a good game.
Yeah.
B horror movie?
Well, it's going to be really revealing depending on how good we are at it. Adrian Ray, porn star or singer?
Uh,
All right.
My number 4, I
Well-
feel like I've put out before. It's called The Boneyard. It
Yes.
stars Ed Nelson, Norman Fell, Phyllis Diller. Zombie kids run wild in a morgue with only a psychic, a cop, and 2 coroners to stop them, and a giant murderous poodle.
Psychic, a coroner, a giant murderous
Walk
poodle.
into a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
it
bartender.
definitely sounds like a bar joke. Yep. My number 3 for a long time was the only Thanksgiving movie I knew of, and it's a movie from the 80s called Blood Rage.
Okay.
heard of it.
And Blood Rage is, after murdering a man, a boy blames his twin brother, who winds up institutionalized while the real killer goes on with his life. After 10 years, the twin escapes and the killing starts all over again. But who is the killer now?
Okay.
Kill it now, kids.
Blood
It's-
Rage.
It's not bad. Blood Rage.
Deal.
My number 2, we're gonna sort of get back to a movie similar to Thanksgiving. It's called Black Friday. And the first thing you have the first thing you have to talk about with Black Friday is how cool this cast is. You get Seth Green in there. You get Michael J. White, Bruce Campbell, Devin Sawa, and Ivana Bankero, who Ryan will not know because he hasn't seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Or Y Tu Mama Tambien.
Ivana Bankero is the little girl from Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh no, then not Y Tu Mama Tambien. I thought you were talking about the mother.
No.
Wow.
She's the little
Zing.
girl from Pan's.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Y Tu Mama Tambien, by the way, that's another fun one. Not nearly, it's not the same type of movie. It has nothing to do with Guillermo del Toro. It's just a Spanish language film about
Mhm.
2 guys who meet a girl and they both
Mhm.
bang her. But yeah, it's a good watch.
So in Black Friday, a toy store opens Thanksgiving night for its annual sale, but the customers are soon the least of their worries as an alien parasite ravages the customers and staff. And it's low budget, but it's really, really good. It's a lot of fun.
Anytime Bruce Campbell's in anything, I'm sold.
Yep.
That's how you got to work
Yep.
it.
That's why I watched it
He's
in the first
just
place.
so good. Just so good.
And my number one is not truly a horror movie. It's horror adjacent. It's not truly a Thanksgiving movie, but it probably has one of the most iconic Thanksgiving scenes ever in a movie. And it is Addams Family Values.
Mhm. That's a good choice. I didn't even have that on my radar for this.
So
Cool.
good.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. So at camp, Wednesday stages a reenactment of the first Thanksgiving, but it's not quite the version of Thanksgiving that we're comfortable with. Meanwhile, Morticia and Gomez are celebrating a new addition named Pubert.
Baby with
Uncle
the
Fester's
mustache.
in love. Uncle Fester's in love with a con artist. It's such a wonderful
It's a
movie.
good movie.
And it's currently on sale on 4K on Amazon. So
Is Fester Lloyd? Christopher
Yes.
Lloyd?
That
Yeah,
makes-
it's another
Do
great
you-
reason to love
Do you
that movie.
think? Okay, so watching this film millions of times, she kills that girl. She okay.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
drowns her.
she kills
Okay.
that girl.
Just wanted to
Well,
make sure.
yeah.
Well, she didn't know how to swim.
Highly in
She
tone.
didn't know how to swim.
It's a little bit of the good son going on in this movie. They go a little too
Mhm.
far in Addams Family Values.
the
But all right,
the,
guys,
Ad-
that's
the Addams Family was always my favorite of those two shows, The Munsters and the Addams Family. Because
Oh,
the
that-
Addams Family was always a little darker.
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. The Munsters was a comedic knockoff of a
Mhm.
comedic. I guess Addams Family is already comedic, but it was kind of like a more comedic knockoff. At least that's always my interpretation of it.
Yeah, the monsters were more like what would these like the monsters be in a comedy like element, while the Addams Family was already comedy because it was a comic strip beforehand by Charles
Yeah.
Addams. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy the episode
and,
and take a look at the cards to see the episodes we referenced earlier.
and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy
I
Thanksgiving,
hope your
guys.
Thanksgiving sucks, everybody.
Eat as much as you want. Nobody can tell you to stop. See ya.